Hi everyone, I'm going to go over a few different techniques in this video tutorial. The first one would be to applying color to anything that you bring in from Photoshop or Illustrator. And I just brought this mannequin copy here, and basically all I did was to choose my mannequin, effect, generate, fill. And then once you have the fill, which I have here, you basically can apply the different colors to your fill. So let's see here, make sure that the effects icon is on. There we go. So now I've added several keyframes to, like each, you can go to anywhere on the timeline, click here and choose another color. And basically it's gonna, I've added several different colors here, but basically it's just gonna navigate through. So that is one quick effect that you can add to a Photoshop file or to an Illustrator file. And the second thing you want to do, if you want to add an effect on a shape layer, again, I've already done that, but all you need to do, this is a fill. I'm going to turn off the fill so you can see what it looked like. So initially it was black, then I added second keyframe. Let's see here, I clicked on the fill, under fill, and I added red. Let's say you don't want to add red, maybe you want to add like an orangey color. You could modify it, change it. These are all live. And again, I've added several colors, and you can just continue with your animation as however you see fit. So that's the two items that you want to kind of make a note on. The third item would be the text engine tool. Again, I've added all the step-by-step notes here. So once again, if I turn this off, okay, so I'm going to make a new layer. Open the parameters, choose animate, choose position, keyframe the position, move the text, keyframe the position here, move the text out of the frame, go to a different place in time, and then put the text back in. So, and again, this should be all the steps. And now you can add additional parameters. So I can say add, I can say rotation, but this time I can just add a keyframe for just one keyframe for whatever attributes I want to. If it's too much, I'm gonna go back and maybe change it to maybe 1. I can add blur, and if you uncheck the width and height, maybe I'll just want to do the height like a lot. So now you can see that as this is blurring in, let's see here, blur. So as you can see, I'm just changing one setting, even though it just sort of relies on this first range selector to change, other things. So I can just keep adding to this. Again, I don't want to add an animator. I'm just going to go to add and just sort of choose these options. Maybe this time I do maybe we'll do, let's see, which one do we want to do? Maybe we'll do tracking. Maybe it's like a lot of tracking there. So now as I'm doing this, you can see this type of an effect. And you can keep adding to this. And maybe this time I'll do character offset. So there's a lot of different things that you can add to keep. You can keep adding to these. Actually, I'm not too crazy about the character offset. So I can delete it, select on it, and click delete. And you can modify the settings if you want to have like a, you know, maybe decide that you want to have more of a, you know, rotation or more of anything. You can just go back and, you know, just go on the specific keyframes and modify it, or simply add, you know. So here, for example, I can say, you know, for blur, maybe let's start with 0. And so now it's going to give me another keyframe. So this is like this, and then it's going to just do this other thing. You can also use other properties such as wiggly. So now when I play this is just going to wiggle into the frame. And this is basically how you can animate text. And as we learned, you can, if I want to change the color on this, I can just go back to my color here. Where am I? Color, effects, generate. And you can use fill. And now I can animate also under the effects, under the fill, maybe keyframe the red, then keyframe to like blue, and so on. Okay, so you can just sort of, so that's how you can animate your text using the text engine tool, as well as changing the color on a layer, like a mask or an AI file or a Photoshop file. So I'm going to provide you with these source files on the Canvas class shell.